This video is geared towards new customers using Barnstorm, specifically North Carolina agencies who will use the electronic visit verification feature. We'll cover the initial setup and the required pieces of information that we'll need entered as the first stage of the setup. We'll cover adding patient information, entering diagnosis codes and authorization periods, and also how to add employee information. You can use the timestamp link in the description of this video to skip around to the topics you need to view. So first, we will cover how to add patients into the system. So we are currently on the Select Patient screen. I'm going to go to the Referrals tab and click on Start a New Referral. From here, we have 3 different options to start the referral. The first thing that's required is a Barnstorm chart number, which will always be 6 digits. You can either key in the 6-digit code that you want to use, or you can start off with the first 2 or 3 digits and then have the system search for the next available number, or you can leave it blank and have the system look for the next number available. So just to show you an example, right now I'm in the click for next chart number field. I want to go ahead and search for the next chart that starts with 01. So I'm just going to key in 01 and then click on the click for next chart number button, and you'll see it went ahead and populated the next available chart number. Now if you enter in the 6-digit code you want to use and it does not activate the accept chart number button, that means that the chart number you've entered in has already been used, so you'll need to select a different code. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the button click to accept chart number, and when I do that you'll notice the right side of the screen will become activated. So from here I can go ahead and start to type in my patient information. It's important to make sure the patient's name, address, and phone number are all correct. So I went ahead and I typed in the patient's name, part of the address. I'm now in the zip area. I'm going to type in the zip code, and you'll notice that the city and the state automatically fill in for me. So the phone number, you can key it in with or without dashes. It doesn't matter. When you save it and return, it will automatically add in the dashes for you. If the patient does have a cell phone number, we recommend keying that information in, because if you're using the telephony feature with the patient's cell phone, that will be required to be accurate in the system in order for it to verify. You can key in the social security number if you would like. That is not required. Medicaid and EVV will use the patient's Medicaid number instead of the social security number. We do need to key in the gender and the date of birth. And then we'll select the race down here at the bottom. So those are the required pieces on this first screen of the referral. If you look up here at the top, we are on the Start and Patient Information tab. Next, we'll move over to the Referral Information tab. We will select the correct admission date for the patient. So that's the date your agency admitted the patient or began services with the patient. And then below this, we're going to click on Patient Status Active. Those are the 2 required pieces for this tab. Next, we'll move over to Payers. We do have up to 6 places for different payers, but we're going to start with the first payer listed. You'll key in your program code. So in Barnstorm, we have a very common feature where you can enter in a code or a description to search for information. You'll notice the left side is the code and the right side is always the description. You can search for the information you're trying to pull up by placing your cursor into the description field, and then you can start to type out the information you're looking for. So for this example, we need to look up the payer code, and I'll just start to type out part of the description I know I'm looking for, and it will generate a list of payers with the information I've typed up. So you can select your payer from the list. The payers are 3-digit codes. So if you do know the payer code, you can simply key it into the code field. Next, you'll key in the Medicaid number into the HIC number field. That is required. And then you'll click on Save Payer. Next, we'll go to the Doctor and Pharmacy tab. We will key in the patient's primary physician. Once again, we have a code field and a description field. You can start to type out the doctor's name and select it from the list. You can verify the information is correct as needed. Next, we'll go to the Employees tab. We're going to add the aid that's assigned to the patient. This piece will be very handy for report purposes. The office can run an active list of patients by the aid. We have a field for the code and then one for the description. I just started to type out the name of the aid, and it went ahead and inserted the information for me. And that's the last piece of required information for the referral for the purpose of the EVV feature. Do keep in mind we have other pieces of information you're able to track, so feel free to go through all of the screens and enter in any of the information that you would like. The last thing I'm going to do is go down here and click on Save All Patient Data, and it's that simple.